Welcome back. So once again, we had a day with temperatures in the 60s here in Salt Lake. And this is where Craig Wirth comes in. We ask him, is this late? What's the context here? He then digs in the archives for answers. And you may remember a couple weeks ago, he ruined our nice October fall day with memories of a record snowfall on that date years ago. He said, forget the high temperatures today. It was once only 3 degrees on this day, November 14th. And don't forget, we had nearly 20 straight days of snow once in November. If nature isn't going to bring us winter this year, Craig Wirth will, and it is worth watching tonight.
This weekend has almost been like summer, not really like we think of as November weather.
Well, if there's anything I've learned in 52 years of reporting in Utah, it's that people love stories about horrible snowstorms. Yeah, the worse the storm, the more they remember it, especially on a day like this when they look back. Well, we did one in October last month about the worst October storm, and people wrote in and they said, wasn't there a terrible storm in November of '94? Yeah, they're right. So here again is November of 1994.
Yeah, if you were new around here, you would have hated November 1994 in Salt Lake City. Whippersnappers, it was much worse when us older folks grew up. It started on November 2nd, 1994. That old lake effect kicked in, and it was the first big snow of the winter. Sure, there was a lot of digging, but it was fun, and we knew it would melt. Then we got word of an ice storm coming in from the Pacific. Now that wasn't fun. It was cold and icy, and we knew it wasn't going to be swell. Now you get that ice underneath and another really good snow on top, and let the games begin. Of course, it's easy to win the race when all the other cars are stuck. Snow sparks power outages. Nature does a warm-up for Old Man Winter's next show. And parts of Utah sing a new song of snow. Well, I have no idea what that means, but it sure is a swell headline. Park City and the other resorts were getting the real bulk of the snow, not just a dusting. Skiers were observing this weather event and expressed it in calm scientific terms.
Oh yeah!
Want me to look for something else?
Park City resorts had their phones ringing. People wanted to get here and see the amazing snow so early in the year. Of course, flights to this winter wonderland were delayed or canceled as the snow kept coming and coming. Alta was getting so much snow that its snow grooming machines got stuck.
This much snow just presents its own problems, but we're practiced at it and been here for 55 years dealing with it. So even though this is a record November, you know, it's just, we couldn't be happier than to have it.
And then there was this one day. It was very warm in the city, but amazingly very snowy at the resorts. So much snow that the cars couldn't get up the canyon. Well, more and more snow fell on the 17th and the 21st. And the cold temperatures did other bad stuff, such as this gas line explosion. It blew out a Salt Lake City intersection, the kind of deal where you just stand there and stare at the hole. And an hour later, it's still a hole, and you're still staring at it. The 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th were even worse. Yes, it was a month. They started simply with an ad for snow boots. Then they put in an ad for snow shovels. Then ads for snow blowers. And finally, an ad for a pickup truck with a 2-ton blade on it. And I forgot to mention the 33-mile-per-hour winds that came with the start of that November. Oh, don't complain this year. Craig Wirth, ABC 4 News.